Then he came close to me like that. He pointed my face like that.
Oh my god.
He said, like, you are the boss, ah. You are the boss. You know standard. You must admit you don't have standards, you know. Hi, I'm Desleen Yeo, founder of YeoMama Batik, a Singapore brand that uses authentic handmade batik to create clothing for the modern lifestyle. You know, like batik, it's something that is highly stereotyped. People see it as something that's traditional, like it can be part of your lifestyle actually.
Hi, I'm Joyce. I'm the founder of the Tinsel Rack. We've been in the industry for about 12 years now. That's a really long time.
Very, very long.
Yeah, I find it very fun when I get to create different designs and actually see customers on the streets wearing them. To me, that is a fun and exciting part of it. To start the game, each player will draw 5 question cards from the deck. Players will take turns choosing a question card from their hand to ask their opponent.
Players will also be given 3 action cards each, where they skip, swap or switch at any point of time. For skip, you can skip the question. Swap, you can swap the cards with your opponent. Switch, get your opponent to answer instead.
I think this should be easy for you. Not very challenging, leh.
So do I like put the one I want to answer first on top?
No, I think I am answering your questions.
Oh,
You're answering my questions. I'll give you an easy one.
Okay.
For a start. True or false? You don't have to study fashion to be in the fashion industry.
True. I didn't study fashion. I studied business because it is the easiest to pass. I feel like without a fashion background, when you start fashion, it is more refreshing. You are kind of not bounded by books or what you would think fashion is. So do you study fashion?
No, I studied business like you. I'm one of those who picked it because I didn't know what to do, and business seemed like a very general degree.
Correct. How did the pandemic change your way of managing your business?
Oh, so many ways. So for a start, before the pandemic actually happened, we used to travel quite frequently, but with the pandemic, obviously that couldn't happen anymore. So a lot of our processes had to be changed. Yeah, and I think even in terms of what we do locally, we are trying to steer customers more towards the e-commerce side of things because now retail stores, they also limit. You can't have so many people in the shops and the SDA officers are always around. So we try to get customers to buy from our online store. Wow, I think this is quite a challenging one. Why should Singaporeans support local businesses?
Well, because you're Singaporean, I feel like you should support your homegrown brands as well. Growing up around me, there's a lot of conversations like, oh, 这个是 Angmo brand, 这个是什么 brand. There's always that pedestal for overseas brands, but there's no one mentioned about local brands. But I guess with digitalization, social media, people are more aware of the brands.
We were not expecting it because we were thinking during a pandemic, during a lockdown, everyone's just at home. Who's gonna buy new clothes, right? But I think everyone was so bored. So they were looking on social media, and then because the content that we push out is also more towards engaging them and keeping them entertained during this period. So I think subconsciously they was okay, I'll support you guys, I'll get something from you guys.
For us, no, my sales are boom.
Maybe because you previously was more dressy, like you mentioned.
We need time to start up our production of separates and casual pieces.
But now it's back on track already.
Yeah, now it's good.
It's the norm already.
Yeah. Social media has helped my brand immensely.
Yes.
Elaborate.
Definitely. Right now, probably 80 to 90% of our customers actually got to know our brand through social media. We made use of the grant last year to actually upgrade our website's backend, and we also actually barcoded our entire warehouse last year. For that, our stocks were all manually categorized, so it was very difficult. Let's say if I hire a new part-timer, she's gonna take months to know where everything is. But now, because everything is actually barcoded and digitalized in the back end, any ad hoc packer or part-timer who comes in can actually get to the stocks very easily. Okay, I'm very curious to know this. What was a memorable customer experience you've ever received?
Good memorable or bad memorable?
Up to your interpretation.
The worst one was in person. This uncle came into the store. And I said oh, this batik, is it people throw away, you don't want, then you pick it up? Why got batik look like that one? What kind of rubbish is this? Then he came close to me like that, he pointed my face like that.
Oh my god,
he said, you are the boss, you are the boss, you know standard, you must admit you don't have standards, you know. He was on and on, he was there for 1 hour plus. I only told him Chinese words again. Uncle, 各花入各眼.
Wow, you're very brave.
Just
to actually stand up to him.
Yeah, like eventually the wife found something and they left lah, so good riddance.
They found something.
They
You
found
should have just
something.
refunded them and say like, I don't do your business.
The wife is very poor thing actually, I would say. Yeah, all these entitled people, really.
So I ever received like, there was once after a live session, it was very late. I just randomly tapped into my DMs and I regretted like, I was like, shh, I shouldn't have like...
I always have the moments but now you can
oh my
unread the message.
So there was this girl, she just like sent me an essay, like several long messages about something that she was unhappy about. But she was very rude about it. I still replied her because I already opened the message, right? I tried to solve her problem, but I also let her know that she was being very rude.
Yeah, I don't really believe that customer is always right. I
Yeah.
feel like I need to put them in place.
Yes. What kind of support did you have during the pandemic?
Oh, family support, friends. My family is really very supportive. Like if you follow the brand closely, my dad, my mom, my brothers, they're all models
They're
on
very
the
involved
website.
in your life
They're very
sessions
involved.
and-
Personally, I just feel like I can don't take salary as long as my team is paid. So at that point in time, I think that's the JSS from the government as well. So if JSS is like suddenly there's this letter like, oh, the government will be giving payout. It's like, oh my god, it's like present by just running your
by
own
running your
business.
business,
Yeah,
by
you don't
doing
need to like actively go and
Yeah,
apply
yeah.
the grant and then it will just come into your mailbox. Okay, definitely help because they will like bank in the money back to your account. So you can see the company's bank account like, and then
Yeah, you feel
coming
safe
in.
lah.
I feel safe, like okay, I am able to support my team, and at the same time, there's this government support that helped me financially in the most practical way.
My family is more of the traditional kind of Asian family, so the support that they give is more silent in the background. But when COVID hit, I think the worry did show on my face because there was one day I went home for dinner and then my dad just like pulled me to one side and then he said like, if things go bad, I have like this amount of savings that I can like lend you first. So to me that was like, oh, my dad has never said anything like that to me before. Yeah, it really meant a lot to me during the pandemic that I actually had the support of my dad. So I was very happy when the government announced like all the initiatives to actually help SMEs to actually tide over this tough period. So for us, we also received the rental support scheme, and that was a huge thing for us because rental in Singapore is really expensive, especially more rentals. It's enough to kill if like lockdown 1 month. I think that really takes a toll on the company's finances. And during the time that everything was under lockdown or like heightened alert, shopping malls were closed during the circuit breaker period, but the rentals still continued lah because like commercial landlords, they don't give it to you for free, they have to earn something, right? So that's where the government support actually really helps a lot. I also think that it gives a sense of security to my team as well. They know that they won't be jobless.
I feel like because like the team's morale will always come from the top. So when we feel really good and confident, like, okay, like I'm going to tide through this, then we can like help our team out as well.
So that was a very huge support from the government that we received during the COVID period.
Okay, next question. How do you derive satisfaction from your work?
Oh, definitely it's when I'm on the streets and I see someone wearing TTR. That's when usually I'm like, oh my god, someone is actually wearing the clothes that we produce. I remember there was once this customer dropped me a DM. She was like, hey, I'm really grateful for the work that you do because like after my pregnancy, I actually fell into depression. I didn't like my body, but after I tried on your clothing, it made me regain the confidence. So that was when I feel like, wow, like the work that we do actually, yeah, it's very meaningful in a sense, yeah. True or false? I feel more ready for the future after this pandemic.
True. I feel more ready. The pandemic made me realize the importance of digitalization. I feel like that's where the future of whatever industry you're in should go towards. So the pandemic is like a wake-up call. I need to focus my efforts on digital marketing to engage the consumers, to speak to them digitally. So I feel like the team is more future ready.
Future ready. I like that space.
Why are the clothes that you sell more expensive compared to those sold by fashion chains?
Because for us, we do in small batches because Singapore's market is not very big. The pieces that we produce are definitely more suited to like the Singaporean sizing and the frame. In terms of material, we also try to pick materials which are more cooling because Singapore is very hot.
Shipping price increased crazily during this pandemic period, and then when it reaches our tailor's side, same thing, the labor costs increase. So all these just add on, and that's why clothing price needs to increase.
The last one is, I need some time to think because it says ask anything you want. What do you think is your next step in expanding your business?
whenever somebody asks me what's my next step changes all the time. Currently, right now, I want to grow the team and to open up more collaborations with designers to make our own unique batik design. I feel like the market is getting a bit more saturated, and the most annoying thing is they are copying exactly what we do. Our tagline, our brand description, our FAQ, customization, everything on the website, I see them copy-paste wholesale onto their website.
But you know, the good thing is that copycats don't usually last long. From
Yeah.
experience. For me, it would probably be reaching out to the younger crowd, because the crowd that grew up with us is like the millennial crowd.
像
Right?
我长大了。
Yeah, correct. So they have all grown up, they have moved on to like motherhood. So now I think like the challenge for us and the next step is to actually reach out to the Gen Zs. I think it's very refreshing because it's my first time talking like rather candidly. So it's very interesting to hear about like similar experiences that we go through.
Okay, this whole session is very fun. Like, I like to answer all these questions, and it's great to know that there's someone like-minded sitting across you, feeling the same things, even though our brands are like quite different in the sense. Like, we are in the same industry but different at the same time. So I feel like it's great. Someone she's been around for like 12 years, mine only like 4 years.
Very old.
I just feel like there's a lot, and at different stage in your business, there'll be different challenges.
Yeah.
Like the challenges will change over time. So what I'm going through right now is like what you have gone through. Thank you for watching this episode of Spill It.
If you have enjoyed hearing about us spill all the tea about the industry, like, comment, and subscribe down below.
And watch more Spill It episodes on Fridays.
Bye!
Bye-bye!